The nation's largest and longest auto show is underway right now at McCormick Place after being postponed last year due to COVID. The Chicago Auto Show features the latest trends and has an influx of vehicles at a time where new cars are hard to find. Joining us to discuss the state of the auto industry and more are Keefe, chairman of the Chicago Automobile Trade Association. He's also dealer principal at Brilliance Honda and Brilliance Subaru. And Mike Calais, a reporter for the Wall Street Journal who covers the automotive industry, including General Motors and Ford Motor Company. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us tonight. Mike, a couple of different trends pulling in either direction with the auto industry. One, a supply shortage due to a shortage of computer chips. What's behind that, and how is it affecting production of new cars?
Yeah, I mean, this started really all of last year. We went into last year with the car companies trying to catch up. All of the North American manufacturing plants were closed in the spring of 2020 because of the shutdown. And then demand roared back. And so by the end of 2020, the car companies were doing really well. It looked by spring of last year, it looked like we were going to see record sales. And then all of a sudden, we had a bunch of sort of rolling factory closures because the car companies can't get enough chips. So they, for over a year now, they've been taking a shift off here, a shift off there. They're trying to get the chips to where they need them to build their most important cars. And the result has just been, I mean, if you drive by any dealership, you're going to see barely any cars on the new car lot.
And that was going to be my question for you, Keefe. What does this look like at the dealership level? How have you been dealing with this?
Well, Mike and I were just talking. The throughput is very good, but you'll come to my lot and at my Honda lot, I normally carry 400 new cars on the ground, and today I have 3. So we're selling deep into our pipeline. Everyone's selling deep into their pipeline. The cars are, as soon as they come in, they're delivered. Some of the frustrations are, when those arrival times are going to be because of the disruptions, whether if it's the carriers, whether if it's COVID, sometimes the chips don't make it and their cars are getting put out, but, out on production. But, it's very different, but we're getting through it.
So perhaps people have to wait a little longer for those new cars. Mike Calais, how long do you expect this computer chip shortage to last and to impact production?
Yeah, so it's gotten better in the last few months. There's signs that it's been easing, but this thing all along has been really choppy. So one manufacturer might be doing fine, and another, has a couple of their most important factories down. I think we're going to see those kind of disruptions play out through much of this year. A lot of the executives are saying second half of the year, they think they may be largely out of the woods on the chip problem. The issue is there's such a backlog now of cars. Demand is still really strong, and so I wouldn't expect, I'm sure Kevin probably doesn't expect, a full lot anytime in 2022 and probably the first half of 23, I would guess.
And Keefe, demand is also strong in the used car market. Tell us the dynamics for used cars right now.
Yeah, it is. And because of the shortage of the new, we all gravitate towards the pre-owned and the used car side. And so values have gone up, 30, 40%. On the pre-owned side, and we're all used to having a depreciating asset, and I'd say over the last year, the transaction prices are up 30-40%. The good news is that as a consumer, your vehicle is now worth 30-40% more on a trade-in. So if you have a trade-in, no pun intended, but you are in the driver's seat.
Even though not intended, a very good pun indeed. Mike, the Super Bowl last night, a lot of commercials focused on the big manufacturers and their dedication now to electric vehicles. President Biden has made it a goal to have half of all new car sales be EV by 2030. Is the market headed in that direction?
Well, there's no question that's the way the car companies are headed. I mean, they've fully made the pivot now to electric vehicles. There's really hardly any beyond Tesla in showrooms today. You might walk into a dealership and not even see one on the floor, but get ready, 12 to 18 months from now, you're going to have a lot more to choose from. Now, whether there's demand for those cars, that's the big question. Early days seems to indicate there is a lot of interest, but there's still range anxiety, right? People worried about running out of battery and being stranded on the side of the road, and where can I charge it? The prices are a little higher for these cars, so we're going to wait and see what if there are buyers for all these models that are going to be coming out.
Kevin Keefe, are electric vehicles hot right now at the auto show? And if not, what are some of the big trends you're looking at this year?
Well, no doubt EV, it's the education of EV, even myself, people just haven't driven a full, other than some Tesla owners and some few others, but for the majority, we haven't driven one yet. And so there's, a full test track of EVs at the auto show. There's two of them, actually. Ford has one as well. So the interest in the education of EV is definitely, the curiosity is very high. And, a great place to do it is at the auto show, because I think there's about 8 or 9 electric vehicles there with product specialists, tracks. The track is silent. It's very different than seeing the Bronco track or the Jeep track right now.
And I know in Illinois, Governor Pritzker and other public officials have tried to ramp up charging stations and EV production here. Mike Calais, when do you expect the price points for EV to sort of be compatible with what the average American can afford?
Yeah, I mean, that's the problem. A lot of these new models are north of $40,000, $50,000. Now, most people will qualify for a $7,500 credit from that. That's still a lot of money. I think in the next few years, you're going to see GM has talked about one for $30,000 and then a second model going even below that. So the car companies are trying to get there, but they don't today. The cost of the battery is so much they don't make a whole lot of money on these vehicles unless they price them at a certain point. So it's going to be a few years, I think, before you get true sort of entry-level pricing on EVs.
And as I understand, the price of batteries, as batteries progress and technology progresses, those prices will come down too. A lot of interesting things to talk about and look at, and our thanks to Kevin Keefe and Mike Calais. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.